bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Calm moving through these Ubers. I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Bigger the bag, bigger the beef, bigger the problem, bigger the be one in the all in the same. Broke at the end of the month, flow Joe, kill mo, run it up, keep clean. Never let them touch, fits like temper tantrums. Girl, come back that up, all in the club, and bring all your girlfriends. Girl hopping up about a Pearl 6 Louis speed bag glued to her wrist. She was getting paid, she ain't think a thing, but she was thinking slay. We blade thicker than a snicker bag. Talking about she don't come with no baggage. All in her bag, I probably should. I'm really just running for money. I'm love flow Joe chasing a check. I'm really gonna run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis really running the best. Calm moving through these Hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Calm moving through these Hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. I'm really just running for money. I'm love flow Joe chasing a check. I'm really gonna run up the money. I'm Carl Lewis really running the best. Calm moving through these Hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed. Calm moving through these Hoovers, I maneuver with the bag, baby. Never feeling stressed.
Somebody call for the queen.
I never did anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him to hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Monday. Hero. Double, set. 10.
On first down, it's Stafford. And his first look is incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
180.
Play fake to Abdullah. It's Stafford. He's going to let one fly for Tate. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Out of the gun, Stafford. Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Touchdown, Vikings! In for the score. And the Vikings have taken a first quarter lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now here's the first carry for Amir Abdullah. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Stafford. It's complete to Golden Tate. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there of 22. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Stafford. It's brought in left side by Tate. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
They'll run here. Abdullah. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
On every snap, a defense is trying to establish who they are. But on 3rd and short, that's really when you put it out there and tell people who you are. And that's exactly what they did. For the offense, they're looking at their offensive line and saying, guys, where are you? We need you on those plays.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
On 1st down, it's Taylor. Buying time to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Taylor on 1st down. He's going to float this one deep right side. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
2nd and 10, it's Taylor again. And that's going to be incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing again, it's Taylor. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the third time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from it. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. But I believe the Lion was there to recover it. Yes, they will indeed keep possession. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Now Stafford. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now Taylor to throw on 2nd down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Slow.
On 3rd and 1, it's Taylor. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Morris. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. They'll throw on 1st down with Taylor. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The free safety, Trey Boston, there to knock it away.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Second and 10 now, it's Taylor. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath, nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
On 3rd down, Taylor. Escaping the pressure right. And that one drops That's incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there and handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
A dump off for Abdullah. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there. And they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Lions strike quickly here for 6 points. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Meanwhile, a throw by Taylor is incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
Here's Taylor. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. James has got it, complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing now, Taylor on first down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Taylor now just 7 of 16 passing thus far, but he's got a 1st and 10. Play action. Now Taylor. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7.
Slow.
Taylor will throw again. Forced out to his left. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Now, he's having a nice little first half for your partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he spins through. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So out now come the Lions. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game. Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards is the pick up there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They go back to Abdullah on first. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. Going deep for Diggs. That's going to be caught. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Trey Wayne's the Michigan State man right there in coverage.
This goes to the goal line. You got to be very careful with the offense calls rub routes. When I call a pick trying to screen you off from your coverage, does a nice job of avoiding that and helping force an incompletion.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. On 2nd down, Taylor. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Slow. Ready. Flag 32. Flag 32.
On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Slow.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Taylor. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
From the gun, it's Taylor. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Tease Tabor. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10, Stafford again. Out to the right here to Wilson. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. So 1:56 to play in this first half. More from Minneapolis after this. The Lions on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, here's Stafford. And he's able to find Diggs. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down. Again, it's Stafford. This is screen to Abdullah. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
21.
Throwing again is Stafford. And he whips that one incomplete there. Amir Abdullah, the intended target. And it's 3rd down.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half. Unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well. Creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Stafford steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Middle.
On 1st down, Abdullah. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Another timeout called by the Vikings now, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
Set. 180. 21.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And they take a 17-14 lead. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And now out comes Minnesota. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Trying to lay one up deep. It's caught inside the 25. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. Now Taylor to throw. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jesse James, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. It's up and good to make it 21-17. Carlson now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, and
that's caught inside the 30. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Make that now 3 first-half touchdown passes for Matthew Stafford. And the Lions strike quickly here for 6 points. Bullock good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. And now out comes Minnesota. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here 1st and 10.
Flag 32. Flag 32.
On 1st down, it's Taylor. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Let's go. Interception, baby. Let's go. Hey, tag 32. Tag 32. 32.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Going deep for Diggs. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Stay 50.
The final shot before the break. Stafford. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Slow. Four down, check. Z. 57, Mike, 57. Z. Hey, here we go.
Now Taylor to throw on second down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for his big tight end there, Jesse James. And it'll bring up third down.
Well, man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. The Vikings on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Slow.
From the shotgun, it's Taylor. Over the middle, complete. That's Turner. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion. Throwing again, it's Taylor. Looking deep downfield. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times. Tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down, here's Taylor. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down. The Vikings on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
319.
Now Taylor. From the gun, he'll throw. Flushed out right. And this is caught at the 8. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Here's Taylor. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Now we got 3rd and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Out of the gun, it's Taylor. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They start the drive with a Abdullah. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Out of the gun, Stafford. A dump off for Abdullah. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. Stepping up, he'll try and run. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
On 3rd down, Abdullah. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Now on 4th and inches, they're going to want to talk this over. We get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. So they will go for it. Stafford. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. Here's the correct call.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Flush to his right. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
Open space inside the 10. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. They'll try the air now with Stafford. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. Operating from the gun, Stafford. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. 4th touchdown pass of the game for Matthew Stafford. And the Lions have broken our tie as they take the lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And out now come the Vikings. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Finding room at the 30. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll finally be taken down at the 29-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Throwing now, Taylor on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's James. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. On first and 10, it's Taylor. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Taylor will throw again. And his throw is incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. To throw again is Taylor. Looking for the end zone. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. In for the score. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. It's been quite the game for him individually. A trio of touchdown catches now.
So pick a route, any route. Whatever you want him to run, he's going to do it and do it well. and end up in the end zone. This has really been fun to watch.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. And they begin the drive with a duel. Even with the nice move, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Making the stop there, Danielle Hunter.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Set. We're waiting. Here we go, team. 10. Give me radar.
On second down, here's Stafford. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
Ready.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now out comes Minnesota. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Hey, slow. Check 3.
They'll run it now out of the gun. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
They'll throw on 1st down with Taylor. Escaping the pressure right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Again, now it's Taylor on 2nd and 10. Being chased out left. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 4 and 7. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
319. Slow.
Now it's Taylor. And James has it. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Taylor to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Here's Taylor, rolling to his left. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Slow.
They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets them up now 1st and goal.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. Throwing now is Taylor. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
Slow.
They'll give it to him up the middle. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. What pressure as this thing all rests on the foot of Daniel Carlson. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And it is good. He splits the uprights on the chip shot. And it'll be a fun time in the Twin Cities tonight. The Vikings win it. Well, I know at points of this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice into Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal.